All right. I want to welcome you to the Velocity Overview Call. My name is James Ward. I get to be your host here tonight and very excited about being able to share this awesome opportunity with you. I mean, whoever invited you here tonight most likely saw something that could be absolutely amazing for you and your family. And I get to be the one that gets to share it with you. So I enjoy doing this. I love coming out here and being able to share it, especially when the message is a good message, something that can help everybody. So without further ado, I'm going to go on and share my screen with you. We're going to pull up the PowerPoint and get this thing rocking here. All right, before I go any further, I just want to make sure, can you give me a number one in the chat if you can see my screen? I just don't want to get going here and you guys not be able to see it. So if you can just let me know that you can see it, that would be awesome. Okay, all right. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the participation. So let's get this thing rolling here. I want to welcome you to Lionshare, the king of smart contracts. What we're going to be introducing you to today is our latest smart contract, which is called Velocity, which we'll get into here in a second. But I want to give you just a little background on exactly what Lionshare is, so you have an understanding that this isn't just something that popped up two or 3 days ago and now it's hot. No, this is something that's been in the works for a long time. And our very first contract launched almost about a year and a week ago. So in July of 2020, we launched our very first contract. Since that time, we've done phenomenal things. I mean, we've had over 115 million in revenue. It's actually more than that now that has been paid out to our members, our participants, which is absolutely awesome. You have to think about that. And one of the toughest times that I know of, at least in my lifetime, and maybe yours as well, with COVID and all the challenges of people being laid off work, businesses being shut down, people's lives just being totally rearranged, and many people losing their life. We were able to bless so many people during that year. So it was really an awesome thing. And I know that many of you out there today, you're still dealing with that. We're still definitely dealing with it here where I'm located as well. But, let's hope and pray that there's a solution to that very soon. As you can see, we have over 200,000 people that have said yes to Velocity, to Lionshare, which is an amazing feat that we've had. But we're just getting started. I mean, if you're here today, you're truly one of the very first people to learn about our brand new contract Velocity, and that is a really big bonus. And you'll see why as we get into some of the ways that you can earn income here. But let's go on and get this thing started. I don't want to go too much into the history, but I do want to introduce you to what you're here to learn about here tonight, and that is velocity. And velocity, as you guys know, it's the speed in which something moves, right? It doesn't matter what you're talking about. It's just the speed in which something moves. We just happen to be part of something that I feel will be the very fastest moving smart contract out there, right? And it may not start out as fast as everything, but just watch and see what happens with this velocity contract as the word gets out there, as people start to see, that this is something that is real, that can really touch a lot of people. It becomes an awesome thing. So with that being said, I want to tell you what are the real four components that really make this thing work, that has attracted so many people to it, that has attracted some of the very top people in this industry that honestly had never even been part of Lionshare or anything that we had done before, that are now front and center of what we're doing and excited to be able to share it. Number one, our technology. Our technology, in my opinion, is second to none. And I know that's a really bold statement, but I think if you talk to most of the people out there, if they've looked at any other companies out there as far as back offices are concerned, as far as the transparency, the accounting side of it, you cannot beat what we have, which, I'm fortunate. I can't take credit for that. I mean, it's our developers who have been able to do that, but I'm excited and, very proud of the system that we have. Number two, you're going to see an affiliate plan here tonight, a way that you can earn money that you have never seen before. Truthfully, you've never seen it. It doesn't matter if you've been in the direct selling, network marketing space, affiliate marketing, whatever it is, you have never seen anything like this. So I want you to pay close attention as we get into that. We do have a passive earnings side to this, and I'm going to talk more in detail about this as we get going. But this is such a huge thing because, one of the biggest challenges in this industry is getting people paid and getting them excited, right? We all have those naysayers out there. You've probably either been looking at other businesses, or maybe you've joined other businesses and, you've ended up either getting peer pressured out of those by the people that are closest to you, saying, hey, I told you that wouldn't work. All those things that we deal with. We've fixed that challenge that you're going to have here at Velocity, and we'll get into that and tell you exactly how that works. The anonymous nature of what we do inside of our smart contract technology is amazing, right? We don't know anybody's names. We don't know email addresses. The only thing that we have access to is your Tron wallet, right? And that's really cool. And the transparency that you're going to see inside of the smart contract is like any other business that you've seen out there, okay? I mean, you can literally not just log into your account. You can log into any account in our system. You can see the smart contract on the Tron blockchain, which we deal with Tron, and you can see every transaction that happens. So there's no secrets, there's no guessing. Hey, where's the money at? What's going on? Everything is right there for you to be able to view, which is really a great thing. Now, I want to show you how this thing works, okay? As I told you, there's a passive component to what we do, and there's also the rewards plan, and then there's the transaction fees. 55% of every package that is purchased is going to go into what we call the Growth Fund. And essentially, what that's going to allow you to do, it's going to allow you to grow your Tron on a weekly basis. I'm going to break all that down for you on the next slide, but 55% of what we do of every package goes into that. 40% goes into what we call the rewards plan. You can call it the compensation plan. It's how you get paid for referring others into the system, right? I mean, that's essentially what it is. And then we have 5% for transactional fees. So the system that you see that's been built, our customer support team, which is second to none. We have an entire support staff that is based on Telegram. So you can actually go in there and have a conversation with someone on Telegram. We are bilingual in English and Spanish. And as we grow into other countries, obviously, and around the world, we will add more and more people to that. But our customer support, I believe, is second to none. I like to brag on them a little bit. In addition to that, we have major incentives and things that we do outside of this as well that's included in all that. So let's get into the trading side of it, exactly how this thing works, right? This would be considered the passive side, the side that it doesn't matter if you refer people or not, you have an opportunity to earn, right? And that's really important because, as I said, when you look at this type of industry or this type of market, most of the time people quit or they get discouraged because there's no money coming in. There's just money going out, whether it be through monthly fees or buying of products. You don't have to deal with any of that inside of this platform, which is really awesome. But the most important thing is what you're going to learn about here today is absolutely real. Now, the reason why I tell you that's the most important thing is because of this. If you look out in this industry today and you look at the crypto spaces, especially if you're doing any type of direct selling combined with crypto, what you oftentimes see are, frankly, I'm just going to say, you're going to see a lot of scams, right? You're going to see a lot of companies out there that are offering, 1% or 2%. I've even seen some offering 5% every single day. I think if we're all true to ourselves and we understand how mathematics work, you probably know that that is not real, right? Maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just telling you it for the first time and you're not liking what I'm telling you, but I want to tell you the truth, okay? The reality is none of that is real. What you're going to see here today is something that's backed by a legitimate hedge fund, a registered hedge fund. We had a call just last Sunday where we had the hedge fund come out and actually speak. So whoever invited you here tonight, make sure to get a copy of that, right? So you can have an understanding of exactly how the funds are broke up and how they grow. It's not all based on crypto, which is important for you to understand, especially when we see the swings like we've seen in the market right now, right? Crypto's dropped what? 30-40%. Every single time there's a correction, there is a big correction, meaning it goes down, right? So we get to participate on the upside, but we also have multiple things that are working in the background for us, which allows us to grow your Tron. So here's how it works. Step number one, 55% of every package sale goes into what we call the Tron Growth Trading Fund, right? And inside of that, what happens is you have a 14-day onboarding period, okay? That means if you started today, 14 days from now, you would be through your onboarding period. The very next Thursday, which this is Wednesday, so the very next day, you would actually receive your first payment, right? So after your 14 days, you receive a payment every single Thursday. That's when we pay the payments for the Tron Growth Fund, just so you understand. Now, these payments, they go directly to our smart contract, which means you can withdraw those on demand, right? Directly to your Tron wallet. You don't have to wait for anything. It instantly goes directly to you. Now, here's the deal. If you want to leave it on the smart contract, you can. The only advantage to doing that is that you could possibly save some of the energy fees. Like if you have a smaller amount, you might want to wait till it builds up. But we actually encourage people to take their money. Where a lot of companies out there like, no, stick it with us, stay with us, right? Because their intention is to leave with it. We actually want you to take it, right? Because it's yours. It's linked to your wallet. There's no one can touch it. And it's directly and transparency through our smart contract technology, which is awesome, right? Now, the other part of this is what is real and what's not. And we talked just a little bit about this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but when I look at this type of business and when we considered even adding something like this to our smart contract technology, the number one thing is it had to be something that is real. And when I talk about real, I'm talking about something that actually has market fluctuation, right? It's not straight up. There's up days, there's down days, there's sideways days. That's just the way it works. There's no guarantees. You're never going to hear us on a call say, hey, you're guaranteed to earn this amount every single day or every single like that those things are not real, folks. You have to understand that. There's a limit to the amount of funds that we can actually work with inside of this hedge fund, right? We can't bring in $1 trillion. So at some point, we will cap that off. And so the scarcity factor is absolutely there inside of this velocity contract. The transparency in which we have, being able to see every single transaction that happens inside of not only your business, but the entire business is absolutely huge. Now, what's not real out there? We've already talked about it, so I don't have to spend a lot of time on it. The bottom line is if you're being guaranteed anything, if anyone's offering a fixed rate every single day or anything like that, you may as well take your money and spend it on your kids' education, spend it on something that you're not just going to flush down the toilet. I'd rather you just go to the casino if you want and put it on black or red because your odds are at least 50-50 there. You're 100% going to lose it in something that's not real. So why not do that, right? So just keep that in mind as you're looking for things out there. And again, I know that that's not a favorable thing to say, but I really don't. I mean, if it offends you, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be straight with you, right? So let's talk about this growth bonus, right? The 55% of it that goes in. What's really cool about this is, like I said, every single Thursday, you're going to have a pay date after your onboarding period, which is really cool. Now, y'all have heard me talk about Thursdays. I love Thursdays because when I was growing up, Thursdays was my parents' payday, right? Every other Thursday, one of them were getting paid. And hey, I knew that that was going out to eat time. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that. So we wanted to create that same type of environment for everybody, right? Where everybody can win. And that's what you're going to see here at Velocity as we get into this. Now, here's the great thing. So let's say 100 Tron was paid to you every Thursday, just hypothetically, okay? There could be 0 Tron, but let's just say it was 100 Tron. What's going to happen is that 100 Tron is going to hit the smart contract. Our technology is going to take 95 of those Tron, is going to give it directly to you because you actually own the package. But here's what's really cool. We also have a matching growth bonus. Those extra 5 Tron are going to be sent to the person that invited you. So another way to say that is, look, as you get out there and you start to refer people, if you choose to do that, you get a small piece of exactly what they're going to get on a passive side. So the more people you refer, obviously, the more opportunity you have for a passive matching bonus, which is pretty cool, right? We call it the matching growth bonus. It's 5%. Again, every Thursday, this gets paid. Now, a key thing that you need to understand about this 5%, that 5% cannot be withdrawn until the person that received the 95% withdraws their bonus, right? That triggers the smart contract. We just want to be clear on that, right? So if you have people that are sitting on it, just know that that 5% won't hit you until they actually withdraw it. So really important to understand that. Now, let's talk about the rewards plan. How you get paid for referring others who purchase packages is another way to say it. Before we even get into this, I want to remind you what is really amazing about the Velocity plan to me is that truly it's a place where everybody can win. So let me tell you what that means in my opinion, okay? If you are one of those people out there that is a master influencer, okay, you've been in this industry for a very long time, you can send out an email, you can put a Facebook post out there or whatever you do to talk to your list, and you can have people in today. This rewards you for that, right? In a major, major way, something like you've never seen before. But maybe you're just getting started, right? Maybe you just signed up for the very first business. Maybe you've been in a couple businesses. You haven't been able to catch traction. You're seeing all this money that people are making. You're trying to figure out how to get that yourself. This is going to be a great platform for you, right? Because it doesn't matter if you're a huge leader or if you're just starting, you can absolutely win. But there's a third component. There's the people out there that have no interest whatsoever in referring people. Now, I believe that those people can win also here at Velocity, right? Because they can get paid every single Thursday through the passive side of things. But keep this in mind, okay? What I've noticed in this business is that oftentimes when people start out as those people that would be considered passive people, right? People that they're not out there actively marketing, they're not referring anybody. When they start to receive those payments and they start to receive the confidence that they need in the platform, they see the technology, they see the tools and everything that we're doing, all of a sudden they start want to tell people about it, right? It changes people as they begin to earn. And that's what's exactly going to happen inside of the Velocity contract. The reason why I tell you that is because you do not have to refer anybody. You don't have to participate in this rewards plan. But if you do, it can drastically change your life a lot quicker. So let's get into this. As I've said, 40% of this goes into the reward plan. So every single time someone purchases a package, 40% is going to be put into the rewards plan, and it's going to be split in different ways. And what we're going to do right now is talk about those. But before we get into that, I want to let you know something. Number one, all commissions are paid instantly and directly to your Tron wallet, right? They are peer to peer, which means this is really important. You don't have to sit around and wait. Hey, is the company going to pay me today or this week or this month? Is the payment actually going to show up? It goes instantly and directly to you through our smart contract technology, which, by the way, cannot be changed, cannot be manipulated, cannot be removed. Tron would literally have to go away in order for this velocity contract to go away. So that is an awesome, awesome thing to keep in mind as you've built businesses and seen them go away. That should give you a peace of mind here, right? Now, the last thing I'll say, and I've already said it, the transparency in which we do things where you can see everything is really important, not just on your account, but every single account inside of this smart contract. So let's get into the bonuses. The first bonus we're going to do in like 30 seconds here, right? It's called the direct sales bonus. And what it basically means is every single time you refer someone who purchases a package, you're going to earn a 5% bonus instantly and directly. Again, not waiting on the company, that goes instantly to you. There are no requirements whatsoever for this bonus, which means you could own the lowest package inside of this Velocity smart contract. You could have someone that comes into your team and purchases the highest package, and you're going to receive that 5% bonus. Now, this is really the only bonus structured like this, but just keep in mind 5% of every single sale that you make is going to go instantly and directly to you. That's it. It's that simple. Now, the next bonus that we have here is called a 2x2 matrix. Now, many of you, if you've been in this industry, maybe you've seen 2x2 matrices, and not all 2x2 matrices are created equally. I want to go on and tell you that, okay? And I want to tell you what really put Lionshare and us on the map, what really kind of made us famous, if you will, from our technology standpoint, was our follow me system. We were the very first smart contract out there to have a true follow me matrix. Now, everybody claims to be, but here's the cool thing about smart contracts. The code is right there where anybody can read it, right? So you can go to some of the biggest smart contracts out there, and what you figure out is you actually end up losing your team, right? They go up to admin, they go to different people, they don't stick with you. Inside of our platform, anyone that you ever personally refer, they will always stick with you and they will always follow you. And that's going to make sense as we get going here, how important that is. So here's the deal. 10% of every package that is purchased in the Velocity smart contract will go into this 2x2 matrix. Now, if you look over here to the left, there's a little image, and I'm going to break this down for you really easy so you can understand it, okay? This cube up here that says sponsor, that's a person that referred you into the business, right? Whoever invited you here tonight, when you get started with them, they're going to be considered your sponsor. This bigger cube is you. Now, you're going to have your own 2x2 matrix. In fact, everybody inside of our contract has their own 2x2 matrix on every single package that they own. Now, we have 16 different packages that you can purchase, and we'll go over the prices at the end here. But whether you're starting at the very beginning or you go all the way in and get all 16 packages, you're going to have a 2x2 matrix for every single package that you own, okay? Now, here's the key thing. In order to get paid on a specific package, you need to actually own that through the 2x2, okay? The 5% bonus that we talked about, the direct sales bonus, you do not. But this one, you do need to own those packages. So here's the way it works, all right? This is you at the top of your 2x2 matrix. There's 2 positions directly underneath you, and then there's 4 positions directly underneath that. Now, this 2x2 matrix, it can fill up a few different ways. You could go out there and find 2 people that you personally refer, and then they go out there and find 2 people that they personally refer. That would fill your matrix up. Another thing, you could just go put 6 people in there. Now, some people, they put 0 people in. Actually, their sponsor will start filling this up, right? So their sponsor could potentially put people here, and then people could fall underneath it. So there's multiple ways that a 2x2 matrix can fill up, right? But here's the way that ours works. Cell number 1 and cell number 2, you see them listed there. Number 1 and number 2, when they come into your matrix right off the bat, they are going to be paid upline, okay? By upline, we are talking about the matrix owner. Most of the time, it's going to be your sponsor, but not all of the time, okay? Because sometimes you might jump over your sponsor if the sponsor doesn't own the package. Sometimes you will end up in somebody else's matrix, like underneath your sponsor, right? So there's multiple ways that this can happen. But spot number 1 and spot number 2 is paid upline. Spot number 3, 4, and 5. Another way to say that is when a package sale comes in for number 3, 4, and 5, it goes instantly and directly to you, right? Through the Tron wallet, peer to peer. You don't have to wait on the company. It's pretty cool. Sale number 6 is going to go directly to your sponsor, the person that referred you tonight to this business. It's going to go directly to them. Now, when this happens, when you fill up all 6 of these spots, it's what we call a cycle, okay? And when a cycle occurs, what happens next is you get a brand new matrix that looks the exact same as this one does, but it has nobody in it. So you get to fill it up again. You see, you have the opportunity to cycle as many times as you would like. And again, what's super cool about a 2x2 matrix is even though you're in business by yourself or for yourself, you're definitely not by yourself, right? You have others who are building this team with you. Like I said, your sponsor can potentially put people in. People that you personally bring in will start to add people. So it gets to going really well. Now, here's the other thing that you need to understand. Anyone that you personally refer, so let's just say that you personally referred number 1, you personally referred number 2. Every single time they cycle, they will show back up in your matrix in the next available spot. So if number 1 cycled and you had a brand new matrix and it was completely empty, they would take the number 1 spot again. They always follow you. And if you understand the math behind this, folks, it is absolutely huge and crucial for you to understand that you want to keep your team with you. You did the work. They should stick with you, right? So what I want to talk about next is what has really put us on the map with this velocity contract. It is something that you've absolutely never seen before because it's never been done in network marketing. It's never been done in direct sales. It's never been done in affiliate marketing. Now, that's a bold statement, but if you can find it, let me know because I've never seen it anywhere. And I'm excited about it because what it has done is it's allowed people to understand that they can get out there and they can build as wide as they want. By wide, we mean the people that you personally refer, and they can build as deep as they want to, and they can earn a massive amount of income, not only upfront, but also residually, right? Residually meaning as new sales are coming in. So, most of the time, residual income is based on that monthly fee, right? You have to take money out of your pocket to buy products, to buy services, whatever it is. That's not required here. There are no monthly fees whatsoever. So this velocity hybrid Unilevel is absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, it has really changed the game for us. So let's get into this and talk about why it's so powerful. Number one, 20% of every single sale that comes into velocity is going to go instantly and directly into this velocity hybrid Unilevel. Okay, 20% of it. So the way it works is like this. I want you to imagine, I just showed you the 2x2 matrix, right? And I showed you that when you fill up their 2x2 matrix with 6 people, it's called a cycle, right? I want you to imagine for a second that every single time you cycled on your 2x2 matrix on any level, right? We have 16 different packages. So on all 16 packages, every single time you cycled, that it opened up 2,046 more opportunities for you to get paid a commission. You heard me right. Now think about this, right? Most unilevels, you are capped out at a certain depth, right? Meaning that even if it pays 20 levels deep, which we have one that does, but if it paid 20 levels deep, at some point you're going to be doing a lot of work for people down here that you're never going to get paid for, right? Inside of this right here, you're going to see a massive amount of spillover. This is more powerful than any unilevel, any matrix, any binary out there. Those are all bold statements. But if you do the math becomes insane. So let's get into this, okay? And look at how this works. The method behind the madness. Now, I'm going to show you 2 different ways that this is going to work. So I want you to really stick with me. So look, if you were on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever you got going on right now, stop for just a second and pay attention here, because if you truly understand this, you may not even be able to sleep tonight because it has a huge, huge income potential, especially for those that are out there who are building this on a regular basis. Okay. So let me break this down for you. As you can see, we have numbers 1 through 7 right here, right? Levels 1 through 7. Now, what I want you to imagine for a second, let's imagine for a second that this is your sponsor right here, okay? Or the owner of the matrix. Let's just call it your sponsor. And let's say that you come in right here to the number 3 spot, meaning that you joined tonight and you joined the 3rd spot of your sponsor. Stick with me, okay? Because I'm going to do it in reverse too and show you how powerful this is. You come in right here at this number 3 spot. Remember, this is a 2x2 matrix. Every single one of these people have their own 2x2 matrix. I'm only showing you just one line. But remember, they all have their own 2x2 matrices, right? We're just showing your sponsors right now. So you come in at the number 3 spot, and it doesn't matter what level we're talking about because they all work the same. So let's just, for easy numbers, say that you came in at the 1,000 Tron level. That's our very entry level. Okay, so 1,000 Tron. We know 20 of that, so 200 Tron would be split between 7 levels on this. Okay, so here's how it works. What happens is you come in right here. The system automatically, our smart contract technology automatically recognize who is the owner of this matrix. They find the owner. They take this 200 Tron that came from the 1,000 that you put in, and they split it between these 7 people right here. It automatically goes to the spot above the owner of the matrix. Most of the time will be your sponsor, but not always, right? Most of the time, but not always. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what I want to do is I want to show you how these levels pay, and then I'm going to go back because I want to show you a different way of looking at it. Okay. You can see level 1 pays 4%, 2 and 3 pay 2%, level 4, 4%, 5 and 6 pay 2%, and level 7 pays 4%, right? Pretty simple to understand. 422, 4224, right? Really easy. Now, I want you to look at this a different way, okay? Because I want you to think about this just one little different way, okay? Let's imagine for a second that you're number 7. You're not way down here. You are number 7. You went out there, you built your business, and this is just one leg of your 2x2 matrix. You have multiple legs. You have multiple 2x2 matrices too, because you most likely own multiple packages because you understand the power of this, okay? Let's just say that, for example, though, someone comes in the business all the way down in the spot right here, okay? All the way down here. Look at this. This is level 1, level 2, level 3, that level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is actually a payment coming from 10 levels down on every single matrix that you own. Folks, you have to understand the power of this, right? It becomes insane. So let's just look really quickly at some of the numbers. Now, I don't have time to go through all of these numbers with you, but what I've done is I've taken 20% of the package, right? Because 20% goes into the hybrid Unilevel. And what I did is I took the two smallest packages we have, which is 1,000. That's why it shows 200. That's 20% of 1,000. And then 20% of 2,000 is 400. Okay, so those are our two lowest packages. Right over here are our two highest packages. Our two highest packages are 75,000 Tron and 100,000 Tron. Okay, so that's why you see 15,000 and 20,000. That's 20% of those. Now, if you start looking at this, right, it shows you the percentages, which I've already shown you. It shows the potential payouts, which you can see. These first 3 are skipped. Now, why are these first 3 skipped? If you remember, right here, level 1, level 2, level 3, they don't earn anything, right? But these levels do. So it's showing you the same exact thing, just like kind of in a reverse order, right? So that's why I did it both ways, so you could potentially grasp what's going on here. Folks, I don't necessarily want you to pay too much attention to that. I mean, this amount of Tron is insane, right? But what I really want you to grasp is there's 16 different ways that you can do this. And every single time you cycle, you open up 2,046 more opportunities. You can do the math. You're not going to find a better comp plan that rewards people for getting out there and sharing a message. So the last part of our comp plan here tonight is called the crown bonus. The crown bonus, what I really like about it is it rewards what I consider the high performers, but it also rewards those people that are just getting started. So let me explain it to you, okay? 5% of every package is going to go into the crowd bonus. Now, of that 5%, we're going to take 3% of it and split it between the top 5 income earners each calendar month. So we're in the month of July, right? So at the end of the July, so July 31st, at the very end, we will calculate who the top 5 income earners for that calendar month was. On August 5th, they will split 3% of the total revenue that Velocity Smart Contract has brought in. Folks, you understand how powerful that is, right? To be in that top 5, people are going to be fighting and scratching for that. I mean, we are just getting this thing rolling too. Can you imagine when we're doing 10, 20 million dollars every single month, what a fight it will be to get that, right? That's some serious life-changing income just on one bonus. But here's the deal. Some of you, right when I said top performers, you immediately checked out because you're like, that's not me. Pay attention. Look, if you are doing the right activity inside of Velocity, we want to reward you. And here's how we do it. We take 2% of the total revenue that comes in, right? And we split it between 20 people who have made 3 sales or more. So we randomly pick 20 people that have made 3 sales at any package level or more, and you are put into a drawing. For every 5 sales, your name gets put in there again. So as you have more sales and more activity, your chances go up. But folks, I want you to think about this for a second, right? Where have you seen a company that just solely, I mean, usually you just solely reward the very top, right? You don't even worry about the people who are out there trying to make it happen. I remember that. I have a huge heart for the little guy, right? I want people of all skill sets to be able to have a potential to earn. That's what this has been able to do, and we're really excited about it. Talk really briefly about the ranks, only going to take a second. Our rank started affiliate goes all the way up to Crown Legend. This is based on your personal production and the people that you personally refer. Okay, that's what those numbers are based on. It's right there in the back office. Okay, so just keep in mind you can check that out. There's no financial benefit to our rankings at this point, but there's a couple things that we do differently inside of Lionshare. Number one, we send out surveys and we actually take votes, and we are going to have more opportunity for you to vote. You could get more exposure to that, more votes, depending on your rank. In addition to that, we will definitely be having meetings, special calls, special giveaways, a lot of different things that based on your rank will determine if you get to participate or not. So make sure to check that out. So let's get to the pricing. This is the last part here, right? Our prices start anywhere from 1,000 Tron and go all the way up to 100,000 Tron. So what I always tell people, I want you to listen to me as well. I want you to do what's right for you and your family. Okay. If 1,000 Tron is all you can afford to this point without you taking grief from your spouse or your significant other, I would say start with that, right? If you can come in and buy every single package and it's not going to hurt you, then you absolutely want to do that, because the potential is not only there from a passive perspective, but I just showed you the amazing compensation plan as well. So you figure that out, what works for you. Again, you can buy one, you can buy all of them. That is completely up to you. So what do you got to do to get started? Well, number one, you need to create a Tron wallet. Okay. And I'm going to show you the one we recommend here in 1 second, but you need to create the wallet, and you also need to fund it, right? You need to have Tron in it. Number two, you need to get the link of whoever sent you here today, their Tron link, their Velocity Tron link, and you need to go there and click the join now. Once you get to that point, what our system is going to do is it's going to allow you to join what we call the L1 and the L2 first. L1 and L2 are from our prior Tron contract. It's still there. It's not prior. It's just our first Tron contract. It's still there. So you're actually going to position yourself in L1 and L2. That's going to cost you about 160 Tron, which right now I think is around 10 US dollars, maybe even a little bit less. So let's call it 10 to, I want to tell you 15. Let's be on the high side. $15 to get started with those. Okay. As soon as you purchase those, you're going to get something that pops up and says, hey, congratulations. You're now in Lionshare. You can now purchase your Velocity package, and you will purchase it right from there. You'll be able to purchase all the packages, and you'll be taken directly to the back office. And again, you'll be able to start earning every single day. So here's the deal. The wallet we recommend is called Tron Link, but listen to me. We recommend this because it works on all devices. So it doesn't matter if you're using your computer or your phone, Android, Apple, whatever. Tron Link works. That's why we like it. But you can use any D-app wallet that you want. So just know that any D-app wallet will work. So it's completely up to you. So I just want to remind you really quickly of some of the differences that we have here, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Number one, we are the true and first only follow me matrix out there. Again, I don't care what anyone else tells you. The great news is that smart contract technology is right there for the entire world to be able to read. So we know what people are doing, right? It's important to understand that. Number two, there is no requirement for you to upgrade after you cycle here. Now, what do I even mean? Well, see, most smart contracts, once you cycle in a 2x2, if you don't upgrade to the next package, they actually block you. You can't even earn on the package that you purchased. We don't do that. We are the only smart contract out there that I know of that has the ability to adjust our Tron pricing. If the price of Tron goes to $1, all of a sudden we're not affordable to the masses, right? We're committed to being affordable. So we have the ability to adjust those down. We also have the ability to adjust them up. We can also add packages, right? So there's a lot of great things that we have built into our smart contract that nobody else does. And like I said, being committed to the affordability to this platform is really important. You can do business in any country you want inside of Velocity except for the United States. Okay. If you're in the United States, if you're coming from a US IP address, you're not going to be able to access our site. Just remember that as you're looking at it. The potential to earn without referring others. You know, folks, I really think if you look at the direct selling market, and some people get mad when I say this, a lot of times it's designed, right? It's designed for people to fail. I mean, some people have to fail so some people succeed. That's just the way it is in life. Right now with Velocity, I believe that we have something here that everybody can win at. And it's really important for you to understand that, okay? Really, really important. So the last thing I want to tell you is this. I've got one more thing I want to share with you after I get done with this presentation. But here's the deal. I want you to get back with whoever sent you here tonight. I want you to get everything situated. I want you to kind of be part of this amazing community and this awesome family. We've attracted so many awesome people to what we have going on. This is definitely not about me. I'm a participant just like you. This smart contract is yours. As soon as you become a smart contract participant, this becomes yours. It is everybody's. It's inclusive, it's amazing, and we are really, truly changing the game. So I want to tell you to get back with whoever sent you here, and thank you so much for taking the time to come out. Now, before you leave here, give me 1 second.